introduce. No, man.
Good. David Chen.
Sylbourne Sydial.
Awesome.
It's a blessing. Thank you.
Well, we're gonna do that again. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the late one with myself at an earlier time, not 10 o'clock tonight, but at the time of 20:51 in the UK. And I've got David Chen, the great David Chen. Let me tell you something. Years ago when I first went into broadcasting, and David Chen gave me a little stint on Ben TV. And I never forget, my first thing was I crossed my leg, and David Chen said to me after, Bridget, when you cross your leg, the people must see your foot bottom. So every time I cross my leg now, I always remember what David Chen said, making sure that my foot bottom is not showing too much, you know what I mean? But David, listen, welcome to the UK, man.
Yeah, man, thank you, Sylbourne.
So what's it like? You brought even the weather, man.
Yes, I've been told, and I've been experienced the beauty of the UK. At first, when I first left Sylbourne, I'm thinking, well, no, come back here. But coming here at this time of the year,
yes,
it's a nice feeling, honestly speaking, and great seeing you guys again after so many years.
Well, say something to the people about what is Jamaica like now, while I'm going to share this in the meantime.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Greetings again, viewers, and I must say welcome to the Late Show here in London, UK, at a venue that exclusive. But I must say that Jamaica on a whole, honestly speaking, I've been in Jamaica for almost 6 years solidly, and doing a lot of research about the transformation from the UK to Jamaica. Honestly speaking, if I must be honest to you guys, it has not been an easy road, just like what Bujaman would have said. But at the same time, when we look at certain issues and certain sustainability as to where Jamaica is concerned, I must say that Jamaica is home. And for those of you who are here in the UK, who have not even returned back home, I think you need to return. And even Sylbourne, as I've always said, if you want to invest in Jamaica, or if you come from Jamaica, or if you got a passion for Jamaica, the 1 and the 2 and the 3 weeks is not good enough. But Sylbourne.
Yeah. And one of the reasons why, David, I wanted to speak to you is I wanted to get your perspective as to, from the outside looking in, regarding the UK now. Because, you've been here for a while, you've been up and down.
I've actually been here for over 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah, over 25 years. Yeah. Because my daughter's now 25 years.
Yeah. And David Chen is the reason why I'm a British subject in this country, because he took me to the citizenship ceremony.
That's correct. Yes. I still got the photographs.
Yes. with my wife, and
and the baby wasn't there yet.
The baby wasn't there. The first child wasn't there yet. So we have been through a lot, you know what I mean? And I think we had this great show one time with Minka from Jamaica.
Yes.
And
Shades of Africa. Minka, you must be watching.
Yeah.
Tanya Cameron
as well. Yeah. And we had this big, massive function.
Yes,
there
right.
in
the Acre Lane.
The Acre Lane there.
Levi Roots and the rest. That's where we are. Even Levi Roots, we know, so we were one of the original ones.
Yeah, with Levi Roots as well.
Yes.
But David, this is the thing now. Those were great days. Do you think, based on your perspective, what's your thoughts of the UK now?
Okay.
Within the black community, your perspective.
My perspective, honestly speaking, I see some new cars on the road. A lot of new cars on the road.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not seeing many black. I'm into business, and I love properties because we can't live in a vehicle. The UK at the moment, honestly speaking, Sylbourne, the house prices are very, very high. For those who are coming in now, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Yes.
Outside that, I've seen some changes, some development. I'm not going to say it's all dull, but at the same time, I personally believe that in our own people, we need to actually gear up and start working more together. I want to see more black businesses on the street. I want to see more black businesses, black people owning more properties. Maybe there are many out there who are owning.
Yes.
But we want to see a lot more, Sylbourne.
Yeah. And in Jamaica now, for argument's sake, Jamaica is a progressive country.
Yes.
And I just jumped straight into Jamaica now because just of recent days, about a month or so ago, people are saying, don't come back to Jamaica. No, you have gone to Jamaica, you've cracked it.
I've cracked it big time. And I've still not fully made it. I'm still researching after so many years. I can say that I've actually reached a certain level of my dream. And but at the same time, Sylbourne, as I keep on repeating, going to Jamaica is not a 1 week, 2 week thing.
Yeah.
You know, you have to really. It's like you're going to university in
Yeah.
sake, and you cannot get a degree in just 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, in just 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So you have to really keep focus on that dream. You understand? So I mean, Jamaica on a whole, okay, we're getting better roads. There's certain parts of Jamaica where it is still uncomfortable to drive, but there's some serious development happening. There's serious, there's some great things happening. And remember, Jamaica has always been seen as a place to relax back in the days, but we have more and more, where the generation is growing.
Yes.
There are different generations, I should say, and so at the same time we have to really put the focus and the interest into what we can actually get out of Jamaica for ourselves. And I must say, even though it costs the Chinese or whichever other foreign people coming in to actually invest in Jamaica,
costing you?
Them cost me every day, but at the same time we have to really take it seriously as to where our development is concerned, our island is concerned. For example, people cost St. Thomas. St. Thomas is way beyond so. But when I first came into the UK, places like Manchester down there, right? Nobody wanted to go to Manchester, but the Indians bought blocks of houses, or I mean streets of houses, and they work together. And I think that's where we're having a major challenge. For example, where the I don't know the word diaspora, where the diaspora is concerned within the UK, Canada, and the USA, there are so many Jamaicans outside Jamaica, and this is something that we have said years and years and years ago. But we need to invest more in Jamaica. That's not from my personal stand, and coming from the UK, right? And there's so many people who live here, but they don't come to Jamaica as often. And those who said do not come to Jamaica, want to go, no disrespect, because there's so many. I've got people from Switzerland who live nearby way in the country, and the man would not leave Jamaica. And don't care how much he travel out for a week and come back just to get his stamp back in the passport. You understand?
So you're talking about what you call quality of life at the same time, isn't it?
Serious quality of life.
Because I mean, I'm in the UK here now, and a lot of people in the UK here now, and a lot of Jamaicans in the UK now. And one of the things which we are seeing a lot now in the key topics: deportation, Windrush, immigration, Brexit, and it's like
Brexit is here though.
But it's like a situation whereby somewhat it is disturbing, because is that all?
All right. If Air Jamaica, or if we had our own airline coming into Jamaica from the UK, it would have been a lot easier. Very, very much important. How? One, when Air Jamaica was here, the luggage. So every two suitcases, right? Every coming in from the States into Jamaica, into the UK. Virgin give you one suitcase. You have to pay something like $70 for the second piece of luggage. We Jamaicans, we love to travel heavy. So my suitcase, I just go buy another one. And I don't, because we have to take for people, and you get things here affordable, with all honesty, that we can take back to our country or take back to our island. So I mean, there's a lot of opportunity here, honestly speaking, but there's a lot that we can do here to go back to Jamaica. Jamaica need the foreign stuff, them, yes, but we also have some great things in Jamaica from a sustainable point of view. Jamaicans, we're not recycling much, honestly speaking. That's a major issue in Jamaica, right? From where I see, we have some valuable stuff. Bamboo, bamboo, silver, and there's so many things that the Asian world or the Far East use bamboo for. Recycling. For example, recently, we stopped using plastic bags and certain things, right? Which, to be honest, that should have happened a long time. Even though at first, when you have a retail store, you think, well, what are people gonna do? You understand? So there are ways of how we can actually start using our own stuff, our own,
be very creative,
our own resources, and be very creative.
So okay, so you talk about that now. Let's deal with the whole issue regarding your take on the whole deportation. When people get deported to Jamaica, what happened to them after they've been deported? Like 30 persons recently were deported, but also before they were deported, there are reasons why they are being deported. It's because
some of the reasons to what? Okay, and let me just say it bluntly, if you're a rapist, a child abuser, if you beat up a woman or your partner, right? Anywhere at all in the world, I think it should be or if you get involved in certain wrongdoings,
Yeah,
I think you should be incriminated for that, honestly speaking. All right, when you do get deported, well, I don't know, I don't really know much about the various deportees and what they do, but if you think about the common sense to what you were doing, if you got to foreign and you went to foreign to actually better your life or better yourself, because most Jamaicans who leave Jamaica, you leave Jamaica to go and better yourself. So if you leave Jamaica, right, with an aim to actually go to a foreign country, and you didn't do good for yourself, Sylbourne, right, to even better yourself and better your country, then of course you're going to have a major issue. So those who got deported because of drugs, because of criminal activities, whatever money that you save in those times, or you did those wrong in those times, then you must have a aim or a backup plan from them times. I'm not condoning to no one who have done anything like that, but you must have a backup plan for that. You understand? So people like me, you know, who have said, I'm not say it bluntly, I've never sold drugs, never been to prison, never seen hard drugs, never hit a woman, never been deported, never been bankrupt, you know, and earn very simple money to be successful.
What did the guy say at the airport when he came back?
Which one?
When they came at the airport, they said,
listen,
this is a good one.
This is a good one. When I came into Heathrow, they said, why did it take so long to come home? I said, I'm a Jamaican. But Mr. Chen, you've been out of the country for so long. Why did it take so long to come home? I said, I went home.
You kept using the word home.
Yeah, home. But that is a situation, I think it's a mindset against Sylbourne, whereby when we come to the UK, all right, then if you come to the UK and you get your British passport, your British citizenship, or whatever it is, residential status here, you must always remember that Jamaica, well, it's not everybody love Jamaica, it's not everybody leave Jamaica on a good term, and I must admit that. So sometimes we have to look on the two sides. You understand?
Is that one of the reasons why sometimes people can't go back?
And there's also some reason why many people cannot go back, of course, but I'm just speaking for myself. I knew that when I left Jamaica properly for myself at the age of 18, my aim was that, David, you didn't want to leave Jamaica, you are going back to Jamaica. You understand? You know, and you know that is the backup plan. My backup plan is that you come here and you use whatever it is that you had, what you learn or what you learned, and then you know you prepare yourself. And I think that's where many people go wrong. And my mom was saying earlier that a lot of them come on the bling bling, this and the fast car, this and that. But even though you have the bling bling and the fast car, you still put a little reserve to know that you're preparing to go to Jamaica. Because come on, man, why the hell are you going to go to Jamaica at the age of 65 when you're retired? What life are you going to live? And you live here for so many years already.
So tell me what you're saying. What you're saying is that persons who come to the UK need to plan to go back before they retire.
They need to start planning before they leave Jamaica.
Start before they leave.
Start planning before you even start applying for your visa or buy a ticket to whatever. You know that if you're going to go to foreign to stay a certain time, plan before you leave Jamaica. Very, very important. And these are going for the young university students. These are going for those who graduated and come in here for whatever exchange program, or because family send you here for a certain period and you come for whatever period. Plan. Jamaica is not, to be honest, Sylbourne, and many who are watching now will agree, Jamaica is not bad. It's not that bad as people say. Honestly speaking, when I first came to Britain, Britain is the only place that I've actually been burgled. Honestly speaking, my car, what you call it, road rage. Honestly speaking, you do have some horrible drivers in Jamaica. I must admit that. But at the same time, you do have some horrible road markings too. So if you don't understand the roads in Jamaica, you're not going to want to drive in Jamaica. If you don't understand the infrastructure of Jamaica, you're not going to want to even venture out in Jamaica, because in everywhere that you go, you have to really season yourself in. Just like you can rice some peas or chicken, you have to make sure so everything is marinated properly. You understand? So it's just like with anything at all. You have to know that you're prepared for it. Very, very important. And I don't know, well,
So, okay, so you're talking about that aspect now with going back to Jamaica. Now, when I say go back to Jamaica now, we also have this other issue whereby you got children here.
Right.
I got children here, if anything. So, they're not going to be wanting to go back.
And I've got a major problem with that myself. Because my children, I've got no interest. They'll come and visit and stay in a hotel, or they want the best. Right? It's not everybody used to the Jamaican life. And what do we call the Jamaican life? The sunshine, the sunshine, you know, you understand? The remote country life. Sometimes not everybody can get accustomed to that.
Because that is something which is of concern, because as you know, Jamaica relies a lot on the remittance thing.
That's right.
And also with the Windrush era, or persons who are passing on, translating into life, then the younger folks now don't have that level of interest.
That is so true.
You know, but what I was saying the other day is that Jamaica also need to reach to a point where they are not relying on remittance. So therefore, remittance be an extra bonus.
That is so true. One of the major situations when I speak with a lot of older, or should I say mature, retired returning residents, one of the major issues, the health benefits.
Yes.
Right, and that is a major factor, honestly speaking, because the speediness of getting an ambulance or you find a private doctor or whatever it is, you know that has some serious money.
So therefore, they tend to want to come back.
Want to come back, for the health issues. But again, that's where the various leaders, right, need to actually step up on that.
Yeah.
Jamaica, Cuba is next door.
Exactly.
Cuba have the best doctors in the world.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean that Jamaica, I've got everything surrounding us, or we have got everything surrounding us. It's just for us to use the resources to what we have. Because no, it doesn't matter what people put at me to not Jamaica. Look at Dubai. Look at Singapore. Singapore is modeled off Jamaica. Dubai is one, look at small, look at bubble in the sea. But people go there so often, it's so expensive to go to. But at the same time, Jamaica, we have got everything, Sylbourne, the natural, I'm bringing up a bush and herbs and whatever it is to sustain the system. You know, so I mean.
No, keep talking. I was what somebody's actually saying.
What's that person saying? So I mean, with regards to
it's always blind in it. We can't even read it, is it?
No, that's yeah. You know, but viewers, the thing is with Jamaica, the returning residents, the older returning residents, the Windrush era, that's a serious problem. That's a serious situation, Sylbourne, and this is for the authorities to really take up seriously. You know what I mean? And even our own Jamaicans here, right, need to really. You'd have to not create no major hype or no major protest about it.
Because what you're saying, our children don't have that interest, as we are not exposing our children to the island. That's what Enel Promption's actually saying. You know, but you know, Corey. Corey Hyde with Brit Jam. I mean, that is work which he's doing with the whole Brit Jam thing in sort of engaging persons to Jamaica, as well as getting young people to sort of understand their culture. And I think that is something which is very important, that our children love their culture as much as possible, but the reality is that they are not expressing an interest to go back.
And Sylbourne, it is, I don't know how, but I've tried myself over the last 5 to 7 years to get my children to be interested. Maybe there's not much serious focus groups here in the UK, and I think that's what it is, honestly speaking. There's not enough serious focus groups here to really encourage them, or as you say, engage them. And I think that's with Corey, what he's doing is I'll speak with Corey on that. But we do need focus group. The High Commission is there, but I'm not knocking the High Commission, but you need other agents out there, you know, to really engage these people. I'm agreeing with you. Engage not only Jamaicans, but you also have Jamaicans who are married to Italians, who are married to Brits, who are married to whoever it is. But other people culture is just knocking your face. But we need to fully emphasize on what we really want for our people, our next generation, because the next generation is really the future. That's definitely.
But when you mentioned about the next generation, you talk about focus group and interest groups. What's your perspective as the collective, unified front of the Jamaican community in the UK? Because we have done stuff together in the past, Taste of Our Culture, Facilities for a Better Jamaica, and all those sort of things. Do you see a level of strength, even with the diaspora movement, do you see a level of strength out there with the Jamaican community united?
Okay, all right. I'm going to mention people, like for example, we have young people. Nathaniel Pete, if you're watching, big up yourself. Yvonne Witter, David Nita is doing some fantastic stuff. You know, Levi now and then, you know, he come down with that from a different perspective with his tours. But when you look at people who are within the UK, and not just London, I mean the entire London, Bristol, Birmingham, Leeds, Manchester, all over. We need the diaspora is one thing, is what once every 2-3 years?
Every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
That's a conference.
And that's a conference. But do you see, and I'm not knocking the diaspora, but do you see much literature, much information, much emails being circulated? I don't really see much of anything around, like when back in the days, from back in the 90s. Back in the 90s when the Gleaner was more prominent. Big respect to George Roddock and the rest. But at the same time, we need to have, for example, when we were younger, we had children own.
Children, I used to actually.
Children own.
I used to actually go and collect children own from the post office.
Every Tuesday or whatever it was.
Primary,
children, we need something like that to really engage the young people. And Garfield, if you're watching, Dion Green, all little journalists within the UK. You guys need to, Marcia Dixon is at the Voice now, right? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
But I mean, all those people out there who I'm just name picking, who have got an interest on Jamaica, who write. We want to see more information from you. God knows, seriously, we need to see more, because when I'm here in the UK for only 1 week, it's a reason why it's an energy. To know that we have so much happening. And what's Jamaica going to be in a few years' time? You understand what I'm saying? If we are independence is concerned, we don't want to be being pushed backwards again. You understand? We want to have the UK said our next set of generation, right? Not because of a conflict, is connected. You understand? Overall, Sylbourne, seriously, and we have to take Jamaica passionately.
So what you're talking about is identifying one's culture and to build one culture.
Thank you.
I was saying identity, because sometimes when people whitewash their culture and say, well, I'm in the UK now, we can do, but at the same time, other groups, other nationals, they're keeping their identity, and they're keeping their identity. The Asians, the Jews, they all stick together. That doesn't mean to say they don't entwine. That doesn't mean to say they don't amalgamate. That doesn't mean to say they don't get involved with the political process, the economic clout. The Jamaican community, one can safely say that the economic clout is weak. Well,
I'll agree with that.
And one can say that the political clout is
not active enough.
Sorry
to say.
And even I saw Mr. Neville Lawrence saying after the Stephen Lawrence death and the Macpherson report that the police is still institutional racist.
That is so true.
Even Leroy Logan is saying that things are not improved. So therefore, and the Commissioner of Police, Cressida Dick, is saying we're not getting black persons coming into the force. So therefore, if the black people are not coming into the force, if people are not building and strengthening the economic, the political clout by getting involved by not saying a Babylon system this.
We're dragging ourselves out of a situation and pushing other things. Brixton. I can go on. We can touch on so many different things, Sylbourne. You know what I mean? We just need to be connected more. God knows, seriously, our people, we need to be connected more. And we don't want to talk about a GLP and a PMP and a political thing. We want to talk like Jamaicans. You understand? Because right now, coming to the UK, we have children, the next generation, man. Get them involved, people, seriously.
I always say sometimes, because when I first came here in 1992, and I said I want to get involved with Jamaican organizations instead of getting, when in the legal system, you can get. I know we have people over here who come from Jamaica and they get caught up and they just sort of forget Jamaica in a way, like. But I made sure I wanted to keep connected.
Keep the community,
And what I also find is that with the whole with that whole essence of the Jamaican community, not too linked together, people find themselves sort of pulled away, as you rightly say.
Thank you.
And then all of a sudden you wonder how comes the connection is not that tight and not that strong. And that is one of the reasons why you and I always talk about that you can agree to disagree, but build yourself. Because I think the Governor General of Jamaica, I think it was the previous one or maybe this present one, always say what is wrong with Jamaica can be made right with what is right for Jamaica.
Listen, I was speaking with Valerie Johnson, a comedian.
Yes.
About it was a good 17 years ago.
Yes.
Can't forget. And he we're talking about Marcus Garvey and a couple others, and he said anybody who leave Jamaica because them can't survive Jamaica. That may not be true to a certain sense.
Anybody who leave Jamaica
because them can't survive Jamaica. But at the same time, if you leave Jamaica to go abroad, you have to, with the aim to come back to Jamaica, you must become like a better person, right or wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
You understand? So I mean,
to improve yourself.
To improve yourself, to better yourself.
Yes.
Right. So the overall aspect to any generation, and I'm sticking with this generation thing because right now, Sylbourne, we are what, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth generation.
Yeah.
Right. Throughout from the independence and before the independence, my grandfather got 90 now. My grandfather said that when he left Britain, he wasn't earning more than £100 a week. And I think he left for over 20 odd years to go back to Jamaica. Got a beautiful home, he's got a home still here, a house still here, but at the same time, it's not what you earn, you know, brother.
Yeah.
It's what you do with what you earn.
Yeah.
Very, very important. It's not what you earn, it's what you do with what you earn. And sometimes you don't have to go on about all this whatever it is. It's about learning within the culture of where how Jamaica is, because Jamaica on its own is a culture. Just like you mentioned the Polish or whoever it is, Jamaica on its own is a culture, and if we do not respect our culture
and uplift it
and uplift the culture as a person, as a people with love, then we're gonna go down. But we must have love for ourselves first. Don't watch the money. Don't watch the hype. If you don't have love for ourselves and our people first and our country, you will never find any development. Whenever you come to the immigration, you come to another country, people love us. But for some reason why we feel as if we do not love our own people. And this is going out to the Prime Minister in Jamaica, the opposition in Jamaica, want to come together. Because the tourist board, I love the tourist board so much. Right, regardless of who is in party, because that brings a lot of people in, but we want to see it spread. I want to see the revenue spread across the island. Don't fix Orchard Road alone. I mean, now you come at Orchard Street.
Straight out of Orchard.
Right, nobody fix Orchard Highway alone for the next 50 years, and then leave Harbourview to St. Thomas or to Morant Bay or whatever it is. It doesn't look good. Don't just fix up to Portland and then leave St. Thomas, because people want to see the authentic Jamaica, Sylbourne. And that's where we're going wrong, because people think that it's only Montego Bay, Negril, Orchard or Kingston. Right? That's what people think. But when you go to Kingston, Kingston is not. Just like if you go to South Africa or Nigeria, wherever it is, they show you the worst thing within the British media. Sorry, BBC or wherever it is, right? But there are other beauty behind that. And if you don't speak the facts to the people, that's why maybe people don't like me and you, because we talk straight and blunt. Right, but if you don't speak the facts to the people are always going to be sheltered. And if you watch the news, that man get killed. That man got murdered. That man got robbed. No, that man is building an empire. That man is building a plaza over there to employ people. You understand? And that's where we are. That's what I want to see. I spent almost 6 years in Jamaica solidly researching, as I have to know the bad man in my community, this man in our community, that good woman, that whatever it is. So we can know
connecting with the
people. And if you go to Jamaica and you feel you're better off than the people, you want to get them in for foolish thing, then they're gonna disrespect you. Don't come as if you're bigger or better than nobody else. That's where the major issue is in Jamaica. Honestly speaking. And I think we have to start assessing ourselves first in Britain, before you start, you understand?
Looking down, disrespecting your fellow Jamaicans as well.
Right.
Wow. Well, that's really powerful. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm with David Chen here. We're in London. One of the things I always say, and I reiterate this, that if any of my brethren them come from Jamaica, I find them in the UK. Then I'll find them. And therefore, just as if I go to Jamaica, they find me, because I always say this, David. Somebody said to me the other day, because I was sort of coming at, not hard on the Windrush person, but a bit very forceful by saying we need to behave ourselves while we're in the UK, because you can't tell the man what to do with the people in them country.
Sure,
I know for real, you know what I'm saying?
Just like in Jamaica.
So somebody said, then what if they deport you? I said, listen, we can't go watch you right now, straight out of Ochi. Go my yard, I keep my bridge in them. I keep all my links. I don't burn no bridges. I don't throw words. I don't throw words behind me. And my wife straight from Wochi as well.
So you have a solid connection.
A solid connection. I think the point right there is that we have got to recognize who we are, and this is something I always talk about, David. Recognize who we are. Recognize our identity. Recognizing the essence of the being.
Yeah, very, very important.
Because you mentioned about like the diaspora stuff, we were involved. Remember, I've been to Jamaica with all of the diaspora thing, and remember, me talk too much, and they don't like how me sort of speak up, you know, and because me speak up too much, because, you know, I sort of ruffle some beds, you know what I mean? But I believe that, look at it this way, David, and if we don't speak up, and if we don't share our views, then we become a byword, become a password.
Well, they don't like us. Or they won't, or they will not like us, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Bluntly.
You know, and it become a byword because right now in the UK, what is happening now in the UK, and David, you might have heard this, you might have seen it, they're going to tell parents how to teach their children about sexuality.
Yes.
And you know, and you know what? I was speaking about this maybe a year ago and said, people, be aware this thing is happening. You know, and it's just happening straight because guess what? Those with an agenda will push their agenda, and those with an agenda will make sure they're positioned in the corridors of politics and power. And then we stay on the outside cussing on it now and say, when Babylon see me not involved with them.
Sylbourne, years ago I got 2 awards.
Yeah.
Ambassador for Peace.
Yes.
And Ambassador for Human Rights.
Yes, yes.
But the human rights one that I got, I add culture in front of the word. So when I said David Chen, Ambassador for Human Rights, I said, Ambassador for, culture, human. I put the culture in front of it. Because as a Jamaican, there's certain things me personally, do not believe in. You understand? And
nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah, it's just me personally. I don't believe in. I mean, I don't have to spell it out. You understand? You know what I mean? And I do not want, I cannot stop my son or my daughter to who they choose as a partner.
Yes.
When time to come. But to put certain things in the head from now, Sylbourne, come on, man. My 7-year-old said, boy, Dad, at school, talk about pregnancy, but man soon get pregnant. He said, what? Come on, Sylbourne. These are things that made me get scared. And even my partner at the time, she said, boy, it's just Jamaican and Jamaican culture too much. But no, that's not what it is. Yeah, I need to make sure that I'm settled in Jamaica. So if I say certain things and them kick me out, I am okay in Jamaica. But my children must know my culture and come at the generation again because we live it already in Sylbourne. You understand? Once you reach over 40, you live it already. Honestly speaking, is the generation now, the Jamaican generation has come because you have Jamaicans now who are Jamaican Italian, Jamaican Chinese like myself, Jamaican this, Jamaican that. And the culture is entwined. Yeah, and certain people believe in certain things, but I personally, I'm only speaking for myself. I cannot speak for every Jamaican, the 3 million, whatever it is there. You understand? So I mean, looking at things from here in the UK, oh boy, it's
is it getting better, or is it look like it's getting?
England is getting better because things.
Brexit.
It seems as if there is some recession coming along, but the streets are looking beautiful, as I said, with the nice roads and the decent cottages. But it's not everybody can afford these these properties. I heard that a flat, or if you're just starting out, a 1-bedroom to rent, you're looking at about £150 approximately per week. So like, you understand, Sylbourne? Come on, man.
Yes.
You're earning £200 or £250, and then you have to pay council tax, TV license, da. You know, it's not. But at the same time, have some reserve. Have you look at account back home?
Yes.
Or you look at saving. You know, you put in like you look at saving pan. You know, you run. You look at partner. Enough people do that. The
partner, and that is something which is important. The partner and having something back home is so important, whereby it's not easy to take out.
No, it's not easy to take out. That's right, because it's like a chain, so you keep on have to going around. But at the same time, you know, it's just a trust factor, and also keep your network small. Keep your circle small. Very, very important. Keep your circle small.
Keep your circle small.
Keep your circle. You don't have to be out there each and every day because that's taking money away from you. You know what I mean? You come to Britain for a purpose. Very, very important. You understand? And I can only speak passionately about my experience. And maybe in the early days when we used to go up a dance, Chris Goldfinger, big up yourself, Asherelle movement, we used to go all of these dances because you have to, you know, enjoy that enjoyment same way. You understand? But at the same time, make sure you do not squander, you do not waste. And this is the major issue because a lot of people, when you go to Jamaica now, Sylbourne, the people them just so nice and smart and neat, always clean, always looking nice and fresh.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They may not be able to afford the big expensive cars to what we may have here, but we're doing very good in Jamaica. Honestly speaking, we're doing very good in Jamaica.
You mentioned something about when you come here, have a purpose. Know your purpose.
Know your purpose.
That is something which you mentioned there. Know your purpose. That put it this way, it's like we're all by default ambassadors.
Well, most definitely. And I said that earlier. I'm ambassador in my own right, and I know because Ambassador Luna Samba, I love you and respect you. Yeah, but I mean, you know, we're all ambassadors by default, and even with the High Commission, I'm not knocking them.
Yes. You
know, but you have to have some form of connection, some form of leadership to look up to. You understand? Some form of various outsourcing groups and organizations who are really there to support those who need the support. And I don't mean not financial support.
Yes.
The moral support. I can pick up the phone and say A, B, C, and D. What can you tell me? You understand? And that's all. Sometimes, you know, a little sound, a little word.
So what do you think about the effectiveness of the High Commission period over the years? Because many people will say different things. I interviewed the High Commission the other day, and in that interview, I've been reading a lot of the comments, and a lot of the comments are not really great. They're saying they're not representative of us. You know, they're not connected and all those sort of things. Is it that there's a misconception of what the High Commission is? An agency.
All right. Sylbourne,
yes.
Well, you put me in like a spot now, because I was at the High Commission and I went through all the floors, and I was greeted like a king.
Yes. Well, you're a king.
Thank you very much.
Sure. King David, actually.
Thank you very much.
David,
and the respect that I get in the street is phenomenal.
Yes.
Honestly speaking. And this time I decided not to drive. This time I decided to jump on the bus and walk.
Yes.
And, you know, I've got 1 or 2 people who drive me around when I'm ready.
Yes.
But outside that, Sylbourne, back in the days when the High Commission was the High Commission, I spoke with a friend of mine in the media today, and he said, Mr. Chen, I heard that you're here to run the High Commission. That's the way the High Commission used to be, as a hub. Yeah, the various networking events, and some people don't like the word networking, but networking is very, very important, because if you don't network, you don't get work. Yeah. If you don't network, you don't get work. All right. So
network also build your net worth.
Also build your net worth.
Yes.
All right. All right. I want you to answer the question.
Yes.
Because you've been here for the last how many years? How many times have you been to the High Commission over the last 5 years?
Me, 6 or 7 or so, 8. I don't know.
6 or 7. So that means I'm not an accountant or a mathematician. That sounds like 1 time every year.
Well, not as regular as before. You know what I mean?
Why, Sylbourne?
Yeah. Well, because I think I'm a
David Chen here live and direct on the late show with Sylbourne Sydial. Yeah, go. So I'm gonna put you up on the spot.
Yeah, I think I'm a sort of person who is a sort of rebel to a certain extent, and a radical. And sometimes I believe that the persons that you normally see all the while is the same persons. And sometimes I believe persons are not genuine. And sometimes I believe it's difficult for me to be around sometimes persons who are deemed not genuine. I use the word genuine. I'm being political.
You're right.
Being politically correct.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, I see the purpose of it. I see the need for it at the same time, but I don't see the need to go there regular. You know, because
we have passed that, Sylbourne.
Yeah, and because
people should come to us now. People from the High Commission will come to us.
Yes.
You understand? For whatever information.
I don't feel empowered.
But we are empowerment.
Yeah.
Is that such a word, empowerment?
Empowerment, yes.
Okay. But we are the power.
Yeah.
You understand? So I mean, this new team who have now come to the High Commission, right? They need people like us. Yeah. And I think that's what the High Commission, for those of you who do not know the High Commission, you have the passport and immigration part. You have GIS. GIS is it, yeah? Yeah. And information part.
Information section, yes.
Then you have JAMPRO, big respect to Enid and Lawrence and the rest. And you have the tourist board. Yeah, and then you have an information section.
Well, the tourist board don't really connect with the Jamaicans in the UK. The tourist board is like...
Is more outsourcing for destination travelers.
Yeah. But I really think that they really should. There's a massive wealth of Jamaicans here. When they go to Jamaica, they actually spend more in Jamaica, and they take the money to Jamaica. Different than people who leave the money here.
That is so true. That's what I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
With the High Commission, that's what I was getting to. All the agencies in the High Commission, the tourist board is the best part of it. It may be even the best floor in there. You understand? But yet, and I'm going to support Jumper now.
Yeah.
Right? I'm supporting Jumper in a certain way, whereby we have Jumper need to now outsource people like myself, people like you who have got the knowledge of the community. Just like when I'm in Jamaica, and people come to me and say, Mr. Chen, you're underground in Jamaica, we need somebody on the ground. Yeah. If you have somebody who is in Jamaica, right, and they pass through Jumper should have a team of people on the ground in the UK who are in the community to support. Okay, you're specialized in food, you specialize in shoes, you specialize in that, in craft, in suits. You understand? Who we can actually outsource to, because they can't do everything. So we should have a team on the inside and team within. And I mean, with the High Commission, you know, when we were in those days when I was here and we used to go there regular, there were so many different activities happening because we were there promoting aggressively. Jamaica, not just the High Commission, but Jamaica within the High Commission. You understand? So I think that is the stance of what we need.
So therefore, the High Commission is in a crucial and pivotal position now to step up their game.
They need to. You know, honestly speaking.
And I believe. And
this is not what's the name of the High Commission?
George Seth George Ramakan.
Okay.
His Excellency Seth George Ramakan. Okay. You know, because I tell you why it's a crucial moment. Anytime there's a shortfall, or anytime you got a people who are disgruntled for different reasons. You got the deportation, you got the Windrush, you've got the whole issue regarding the claim that the High Commission called the police on the people. That is where now the leadership should step up now and to say, right, this is the opportune time, because guess what? All eyes are on us.
There's no other country who would have broadcast like that. You understand? So I mean, back in the days when Dover, Calais, and the Eastern Europeans used to come in, the Eastern Europeans have now got so much benefit here in the UK. You understand? Jamaicans have got the worst. Anything that happens that seems to be negative, we get the highest up. But we, in the High Commission, to be honest, the High Commission should have a certain, is that red tape you call it? Whereby certain information do not pass through unless, because when you look at Canada sometime, or do not go to Jamaica because a man got murdered here and you have that there. Sometimes with the Zozo, we had the Zozo recently. You heard about the Zozo?
State of emergency.
Yes, state of emergency thing. And it was good for some people, for some area, of course, because some area are really volatile. You understand? And some areas weren't. But at the same time, some people felt offended because they're stopped. But if you don't have nothing to hide, why are you going to feel away? You understand, Sylbourne? So I mean, with the deportation thing, it is, honestly speaking, it is not a good. Let me just share something with you. Like I know as a Jamaican now, I say, for example, I do not have a British passport. And say, for example, I have lived there for donkey years, but I've got residency. I've got my children, I've got my family here. But you know what? I've lived there for so long, I've learned, I've studied, I've learned, and I've accumulated funds. So now I've reached a stage now, age now, preparing for my retirement, for myself, long term, for my children. Right? Why or how can I go to Jamaica to start building a home with all the relevant paperwork? We know that Jamaica, I've got some corrupted issues there, and I'm being honest. If you don't have certain things, the documentation will take a very long time to get to be processed. Right? It is not easy, Sylbourne, to go to Jamaica for 2 weeks to get a documentation signed, and you get a 2 weeks holiday if you're working a 9 to 5. You understand what I'm saying? So the issue is that based on the UK immigration stance, I think there should be a certain leniency. I hope the High Commission or somebody is watching can actually share or even mention that I said this. Certain leniency for people who have lived there for certain years, who have not been in any wrong,
Yes.
right, who have given some form of respect to Britain,
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
have actually developed Britain with the taxes that we have paid,
Mhm.
and want to take some of that money that we have earned to actually go back to develop, to save. That's a saving, that's our partner money that we save. And we come back, it may take us, we may go for argument's sake 6 months or 2 years to what the legality is to come out of the country. We may end up spending 3 years, 4 years, and when you come back they're going to ask you why it took so long to come home. I went to build my home, in my home, but it took me longer than expected. You understand? So these are things that they need to iron out seriously, and the British High Commission in Jamaica need to look at certain cases of the deportees that came home. Because many of these deportees sound like a full crime, a full action that they did that caused a major problem. You understand? So the deportation thing, I don't think that many of them, and again, if you rape, if you beat a woman, if you commit murder, that is not, you're supposed to lock up for life. No disrespect. You shouldn't get deported. You understand? You're supposed to get locked up for life. Yeah. You know, so those are serious issues. But if you do a little parking ticket, you drive here, you drive there. You know what I mean? You live there and you may have not paid that or paid that. Why you gonna deport somebody who give your country so much?
There are some petty. There are some petty.
Very petty.
There are some petty things, and I believe that is why the different campaigns which are happening is trying to establish some grounds. They are saying to stop all deportation for a while until things have been sorted out. I would say stop some basic deportation, but the key one which you mentioned a while ago, a man come here 2 years, rape, murder, kill, in prison for 11 years or whatever like that. Well, actually, you said they shouldn't even go back home. They should keep them in the system.
Life.
You know? But there's a lot of things, David, and it's good that we have this discussion, because I believe it's very important that we have these sort of I don't like to say this thing. They always say we need to have this conversation. Because people always say we need to have this conversation. We need to talk. I think that level of conversation is past now. It's just to act.
It's action right now. Action.
Because everything happened. We need a review. We need an inquiry. And I'm saying, inquire for what? Review for what?
No, it's Sylbourne. One of the biggest issue with Jamaicans here, based on this British soil, is that once you get in so-called trouble, they're quick to kick you out. The issue is that I think we have is that Jamaicans leave Jamaica to better themselves. You understand? Jamaicans, unfortunately, within some cases, some of us want the quick route. You understand? Which is wrong.
To develop.
You understand? All right. And I'm gonna hit this now. Ganja. I read somewhere, was it Grammy Awards or one of those awards? I think they gave some of the awardees. I must be behind the scene.
Okay.
Right.
Split.
No, and that's must be more bigger than that.
Okay.
Packet of ganja.
Maybe it was Snoop Dogg.
Right. Right. You understand? So I mean, ganja was a major issue right now. Was a major issue, but no, ganja is the biggest commodity, so to speak. So those who were criminals because of ganja. Come on, man, that's that's so hypocritical. It's unbelievable.
So is Jamaica on top of it?
On top of what? Jamaica and ganja?
As leading the way with the whole ganja industry?
No.
Why not?
Because we get full and them sell you out.
How comes?
I mean, how comes?
And you are there?
I wasn't there at the time. That's why I run go home. Because say, me can support like a Rasta man and like a man them in the hills with them a burn out.
Wow.
Yes, Sylbourne, it's a big issue because our governments are so full. I'm not name no PNP and JP, I just mention them. But I'm not name them, I just mention them. It's a full and gullible.
Yes.
Yeah, we have the we are known as the land of wood and water. What that tell you?
Yes.
Come on, Sylbourne. There's authentic. Yes. There's certain places in Jamaica that ain't got no water.
Yes.
Come on, man.
And we're a land of food and water.
In Sylbourne? So that's where the people get frustrated. But again, when you go to Jamaica, you live in a place in Britain whereby everything is at your doorstep, your fingertip. We need to go back and better the country, not over talking. Put the action in. Okay, I'm here. I can do this. I can do that. Some better roads.
Yeah.
We have enough mall. The mall leave from St. Thomas go all the way to Montego Bay and Nigel Ochi.
Yes.
The best mall on the island is from that side. But everything go the other way to fix the other people on the road.
Wow.
Come on, man.
Wow. Well, you see, I think David, we could talk all night about this whole thing. And
I may chat too much, or you chat too
no,
much.
no. It's important. It's important.
It is. We can go on and on, Sylbourne.
I think what we're gonna do, David, because when you go back to Jamaica, we're gonna do even if it's every 2 weeks, to have a session.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
of course, you know, with the whole internet now and with the whole using the tools of social media, we can actually do a link up live. You
Definitely,
know what I mean?
yeah.
And you know, see what's happening, because there are a lot of different issues, and I believe it's very important that we keep that link with Yard.
We will.
Keep that link with Yard. It's so important while we are building. You know, it's build. It's good to build everywhere we are. Listen, we're
we
Jamaican.
just keep that connection going.
As Jamaicans, where we go, we build. Yeah, but we have to make sure that while we are building, we're also empowering ourselves. You know, we build Yard and we build abroad at the same time.
That's the idea. So I think that's where we hit the nail on the head right now. I say it again. Repeat that.
We build a Yard and we also build abroad.
Right.
Right.
I love that.
And then it come together as one.
Right.
And then
working together.
We've
always said that.
Working together.
Working together to make it better. And we're changing our negative to positive. Jamaican people, two things I've always said.
Yes.
We're working together for a better Jamaica.
Let's see our hands,
They're working together for a better Jamaica.
Yes.
Right? And we're changing our negatives to positives. We are voicing for Jamaica, and we are
facilities for a better Jamaica.
Right.
FFBJ.
We're FFBJ and voicing for Jamaica.
Yes.
But seriously speaking, Sylbourne, we need to, and to all the people out there who are watching, right? I hope that you enjoyed what we said. But most importantly, I want you all, the next generations, and I'll put on an S to that, right? The next generations, we need to connect. And need to connect.
Yeah. And that is really powerful, because Natalie also said it earlier that we are not actually teaching them. Because you see, what is happening now is that we're allowing social media, and we're also guilty of it, to teach our children everything. We're allowing the celebrity culture to teach our children, and we are not, and we are actually glad sometimes, because we say it takes us away from some responsibility, so we have time to mess around.
Go on that.
Yeah, go on do that. So therefore, we have to take some responsibility, because I saw a guy the other day at the Oscars, a guy dressed like a woman.
Yeah, man. We're not even want to go down this at all. That's why I said, when I said that David Chen, and I think they gave me the award deliberately, you know. They gave me 4 awards. Jamaica Travel Specialist by the Jamaica Tourist Board. The BEMA, British Enterprise and Entrepreneur Mentorship Award. And they gave me the peace. And when they gave me the human rights, I said, listen, I'm going to add culture to that. Because I'm a passionate Jamaican. And then, but that's not nobody, but do not come in front of my face with certain things.
But David, I've got to say this, and this is just my view.
Yeah.
The emasculation of the black man, the feminization of the black man, starts not just by, I was saying to somebody, it is not just about the one person who has his way or he want to dress, but it's how the media is carrying it. You know the power.
Yeah, man.
Because
a black man them use, you know?
Yeah?
A black man them use.
And I find it also interesting that black woman is actually saying, oh, he's great, he looks fantastic. And yet at the same time, David, this is a problem. When we have a knife crime and a gun crime, guess what they're saying? Where are the black men? Where are the fathers? Where are the fathers?
Some of them are undressed.
Yes, where are the fathers? They keep saying. But yet at the same time, that's why I'll say this on record. I don't like Tyler Perry shows. I don't like shows with man dressed like woman.
True.
That's just me.
Not true.
Yeah, and listen.
I fully agree.
And listen, the point about it is this. We've got to reach to a point where we can speak what we want to speak. And respect others.
What we believe.
Yeah, and respect others. You know, nothing is wrong with others. But, you know, because, listen, we have one life to live, David.
We have one life to live.
Let's live it good and live it real.
Yeah, man, peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on and for this impromptu with David Chen. And we're going to keep it live and keep it linked regular as much as possible. And I just want to say one thing, though, you know, no matter whatever is a person's past and whatever he did or whatever like that, you know, every person who gets shot and killed in Jamaica, it is not acceptable, not to be condoned, and our respect and rest in peace to the gentleman Father Fowl.
Yeah,
I just want to say that as well, you know, because, you know, David, the more I keep thinking about these things, you know, realize that none of us are perfect.
Yeah.
And we recognize now that none of us actually hold the future in our hands. You know, I was in Jamaica, nearby the same spot when they killed Bogle.
Oh yeah.
I was in Kingston. I was in Jamaica that time. You know. And I just realized how precious life is. And they say he left eight children or so. It's how precious life is. And you got your children, your family. I got my children and family. We have got to now reach to the point whereby persons with our differences or whatever, is to find that common ground. I call it the black element.
Yeah, man, black element. Yeah.
Find that common ground and to build.
I fully agree. And Sylbourne, let me just add to that.
Yeah.
My fellow Jamaicans, my brothers, my brothers from a different mother, who are here in the UK, please just support our own. When you say a black youth on the street, I always say a youth on the street, black or white, it doesn't make a difference. It could be one of us. If you see them doing something wrong, because in Jamaica, you know, every youth I see with them trousers down the backside, right? I say, yo, Virgin, no woman naga want, a decent woman naga want you. If you say, look, a man smoking, like a spit on the corner, so your father, it's legal. I say, it's legal to a certain extent, but it don't look good. You understand? So at the same time, we just respect ourselves and also big up to all you who are in the UK, to all you in the UK who are doing some great things for Jamaica. Big up to the various organizations and the various people and networks out there who are doing great things and continue doing so and continue making Jamaica proud. If you're not, there's a brother or sister out there who are not making us proud as the word or the name Jamaica, please, I beg you, just put them aside, Virgin. Yeah. You're one away. You understand?
Yeah. You know, David, you mentioned something about the youths dressing with their trousers down. I was with my son today and I saw
today. Yeah, go on, sorry.
No, my son, to them with them, my son.
No, speak your language. Yeah, man.
I was with him, and I saw this guy at the petrol station with his trousers down. I said, "Keen." My son, I said, "See that guy? You don't dress like that." He said, "No, you know, never dress like that. You should not have your bum exposed like that." And I said it to him very straight. You know, my son is 11, and just say, because we got to teach them
from early, man.
Early, just because they will see it, you know, David. And if we don't teach them and guide them and direct the way, they're going to think it's norm. So we have that responsibility. And I said to him, don't dress like that. Never ever dress like that. That is wrong. And I saw the guy, you know, and I really,
pull him off.
I really want to something to the guy, you know, because when I look in his face, I can realize he's also a young guy. And, you know, in a way, I think he would even he would have even appreciated by saying that.
But most of them do, Sylbourne. That's what I'm trying to show you. If we do not approach them from, it's like how we're doing this right now. I don't think we're talking to millions of people. We're talking to 10, 100, 200, 500, whatever number it is.
And we're sharing this over.
It will keep on growing. The fact of the matter, Sylbourne, is that. All right, let me come to the deportee thing again. Because every time we say we're going to go, something else comes on quickly.
Part two.
If anyone out there is watching this right now, or if you're a woman watching this right now and you have your baby father being deported to Jamaica, I'm begging you, FaceTime the baby father so you can see the children and speak to the children. You understand? Very, very important. I was in the restaurant with my children on Saturday, and a man with his son was across about 3 or 4 tables down. And you could see the heart and the burn talking to his child there, and he's just like da 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 da. Right? But you know what happened? I could feel the pain because I went to the same whatever he was talking about. I could see that he said, "Son, I love you, da 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 da." Right? And you know what, Sylbourne, honestly speaking, I'm going through the similar thing with my children because I haven't been away. Even though I talk to them, right? I said, "Oh, Daddy, oh, you wasn't here, but we talk every day, Daddy," right? But that man was aware, and he's saying that my son saying that he doesn't know me. Why? Because the woman wouldn't make me talk to the child, wouldn't make me speak to the child. But at the same time, to everyone out there, keep the connection going. Very, very important. Even if the man has been deported, or the mother has been deported, or your son, or and even grandparents, do not get involved. Don't, not because you don't like the man that your woman pick up or the father. Don't get involved, because the child is going to hate you in the future. Very, very important, and I can see many of that happening.
Sound word. Ladies and gentlemen, part 3. We just finished now.
Thank you very much.
Well, there's going to be more. So thank you very much for coming on, and remember to share this video as well. And we'll be putting it up on YouTube, and keep resharing it as well. And David Chen,
my respect.
All
it's
the
a
best.
blessing.
Yeah, good.
Thank you, Sylbourne.
My sister is actually watching, and if I don't send something to her with you, she's gonna say, "But you know, talk to that man from India."
No, I'm bringing it.
So my sister, she's gonna be on the case. All right.
Don't worry.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and have a fantastic night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Peace and love.
Peace
One
and
love.
love. Bye bye. Bye.